Okay, Miss Moss, your witness?
Yes, may I call Miss Taylor?
Thank you. Miss Taylor, are you going to affirm or are you going to swear on the Bible?
I'd like to swear on the Bible, please.
Yes. Okay, please take it in your right hand and repeat after me. I swear by Almighty God
I swear by Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give
that the evidence I shall give
shall be the truth,
the
whole truth,
and
nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
Thank you. Miss Moss.
Thank you. Miss Taylor, can you give the tribunal your full name, please?
Miss Emily Taylor.
And do you still live at 7 Merlin Close?
Yes.
Can I take you within the bundle to page 47, please?
Yep.
And do you recognise that document as your witness statement?
Yes.
Have you had an opportunity to read through that statement?
Yes.
Are the contents true to the best of your knowledge and belief?
Yes.
And do you wish this document to stand as your evidence before this tribunal?
Yes.
Thank you.
Miss Taylor, I appreciate it's a bit odd because you're going to be asked some questions by Miss Murphy, but if you can direct your answers towards us so that we can hear you better, that would be much appreciated.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Murphy, please.
Good morning, Miss Taylor. It's suggested, and I don't think it's disputed, that you have posters of men in your work locker.
It's a photo of Justin Bieber. He doesn't have a shirt on. It's not a big deal.
But it objectifies men, doesn't it?
If Miss Murphy believes so.
Well, it's not whether I believe so, it's does it or doesn't it?
I don't believe so.
And you discuss male celebrities that you fancy and their appearance, don't you?
Sometimes with my colleague Sean, I don't really see what's wrong with that.
Like Brad Pitt and Ryan Gosling, and you send photos, don't you, of those to your colleagues, and you laugh about them, and you take part in Banter, don't you?
Again, I don't see what's wrong with that.
Well, you're complaining about the Banter, but you're actually participating in it, aren't you?
What do you mean?
Well, what I mean is your male colleagues talk about celebrities, singers, and say they might fancy them, for example, Michelle Keegan or other celebrities. And you make comments about male celebrities and their appearance and what you would like to do to them as well, don't you?
I mean, yes, but again, it's banter. The banter got a lot worse when Kevin Moore joined our company.
You liked Mr. Moore, didn't you? And his evidence is that actually you pestered him and bombarded him with unwanted attention.
That's just not true. I asked Mr. Moore some questions to be friendly. He never expressly said that he was interested in me, and I certainly was not ever interested in him.
Well, you say that, but you followed him around work. You asked intrusive questions about his relationship with his girlfriend, which made him feel uncomfortable at work. And then in the end, he had to be blunt and tell you that he was happy in his relationship, and he told you he wasn't interested in you. And you got upset and you stormed out in tears. That's right, isn't it?
Absolutely not true.
What's not true? That everything that Miss Murphy just said? Okay.
Well, it's true that you asked him questions about his relationship.
To be friendly. No, I never fancied him like she's alleging.
And you stayed away from him because you felt embarrassed and because he upset you.
Again, not true.
And you didn't challenge him about any banter because you were taking part in that banter.
Not true. I would never say the type of things that Mr. Moore thought would be okay.
You were eavesdropping between Mr. Moore and a colleague, and you got the wrong end of the stick and assumed he'd made a comment about a female client.
Mr. Moore said he wanted to give a client one. I thought it was wholly unprofessional, and it actually really offended me.
He accepts he said those words, but he said it privately in a private conversation to a colleague. and it wasn't said about a female client. You didn't hear the female client's name, did you?
I'm not sure, but I did find it offensive.
Well, why did you know it was about a client?
He had not long come out of a meeting with a client.
So he just referred to a her or a she, and you assumed that it was the client.
Yes.
Okay.
You have made serious allegations of harassment and assault. This just didn't happen, did it?
It did. Mr. Moore asked me if I was going to the Christmas party. Obviously I said yes, and he said maybe it'll be your lucky night and I'll see you under the mistletoe. I was really embarrassed by that statement and put quite on the spot. I didn't think it was appropriate at all. Then he said, "Oh, that's right, you're a feminist, aren't you? Probably a lesbian too, I know your type." I tried to leave. He grabbed me and fondled my bottom, which was vile. I tried to pull away. Obviously, I burst out in tears. I was incredibly uncomfortable, and I tried to leave the room. He then decided to call after me, "Don't be shy, you know you love it." Followed me into the corridor and shouted, "What a peach." It was so embarrassing and just disgusting.
You will appreciate that Mr. Moore vehemently denies the allegations.
I mean, he would, wouldn't he?
And this episode is said to have taken place in an office in the run-up to Christmas when everybody is at work, and yet no one saw it.
That doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Mr. Moore doesn't recollect the incident at all, or talking to you, and if there was anything, it was a meaningless interaction.
Well, he's wrong.
You told Miss Jones that Mr. Moore had allegedly made some comments to you, and you didn't mention the alleged assault.
I thought I did mention the assault, but
you didn't mention it in your grievance either.
I was very upset. I wasn't really thinking straight after everything that happened, so I might have missed it.
Well, if it had happened, I don't think you would have forgotten about it. I think it would have been imprinted on your mind, and that's the one thing that you certainly would have raised in a grievance, and it didn't happen, did it?
As I've just said, it very much happened, but I was so upset and beside myself and humiliated that I just wasn't really thinking straight at the time.
She advised you to make a complaint under the dignity at work policy and responded straight away, didn't she?
Yes. She was very unsympathetic though.
Well, that's denied by her. And she said she would be investigating your complaint, and you were happy with that response.
Like I said earlier, I don't think she should have been the one investigating it.
Well, you didn't complain at the time.
As I've already said, I was quite intimidated of the workplace bullying and the level of banter that they did tolerate, and I just didn't think it would get anywhere.
You returned to work, and Mr. Moore made a past the time of day and said he was sorry that you couldn't make the party, and he was being nice to you, wasn't he?
He wasn't being nice. He did this to embarrass me because of what he had done.
At that point, Miss Jones came back to you and said, and wrote to you and said that she was investigating the matter, and she asked you to participate in that investigation, and you refused to attend an interview with her.
I didn't refuse. I was ill, and she could have phoned me. She didn't.
Her evidence is that she did try to call you on a number of occasions, and she asked you to come into the office when Mr. Moore wasn't there, and you refused.
As I've already said, I was ill, I was upset, I was beside myself with everything that happened and just embarrassed, and I didn't think Miss Jones was the right person to handle it, and I didn't think she was handling it properly either.
You were also given an opportunity to appeal, which you didn't do, and you were also offered mediation, which you refused.
There was no point, in my opinion. The whole process was a shambles. The company clearly wanted to favour with Mr. Moore, and I didn't want to work in a place that was tolerating such bullying and harassment. The appeals process was a whole waste of time, and I didn't.
Well, it wasn't tolerating it, was it? Because she investigated what she believed at the time were comments made by Mr. Moore. She investigated those. She asked for your participation. There was a partial participation in the sense that you submitted a grievance. You didn't agree to attend an interview, and on that basis, and because she didn't know when you would return, she came to a conclusion. But of course, an appeal could have been a fresh look at the whole matter again, and you didn't exercise that right to appeal.
Like I've already said, I didn't think it would be a good use of my time. I didn't think the investigation was carried out thoroughly anyway. I couldn't see the appeals process going any differently.
So Mr. Moore's evidence is that actually you harassed him. You have manufactured these allegations because he, after a considerable amount of time, had to be blunt with you and said that he wasn't interested, and he rejected you. And you wanted to punish him, because he's a successful estate agent, and you were angry with him.
That's just not true. He made me uncomfortable. He was derogatory. No, it's not true.
I have no further questions.
Thank you, Miss Murphy. I have no questions for you. Do you have any questions?
No, I do not.
I do not. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much, Miss Taylor. You're released, but obviously I imagine you'll want to stay and hear the rest of the hearing. You can take a seat.